I didn't realize how alone I had become until I was surrounded by people and still felt like I had no one to call when things fell apart. And that's the quiet crisis no one warns men about. The way isolation doesn't arrive all at once, but slowly, disguised as independence, strength, and self-reliance, until one day you're carrying everything by yourself and calling it normal. And it was in that realization that I began to understand something I had spent years avoiding. I didn't need to be tougher. I needed a brotherhood. Step 10, the least obvious but still meaningful, was proximity. Simply being around other men with shared intent. It started small, like showing up to the same gym at the same time each week, nodding at familiar faces, exchanging a few words between sets. There was nothing deep about it at first, but it broke the illusion that I had to exist in isolation. And Step 9 was consistency. I began to see the same men regularly, and something shifted in that repetition. Conversations grew slightly longer, eye contact lasted a little more, and trust began forming in subtle ways. One morning, a simple "good to see you again" carried more weight than it should have because it meant I was no longer invisible. Step 8 was shared struggle. It wasn't the wins that bonded us, it was the grind. Talking about work stress, failed plans, and pressure we didn't voice elsewhere created a quiet understanding. One night after a long day, I admitted I was exhausted, not physically, but mentally, and instead of advice, I got recognition. That mattered more. Step 7 was accountability. We started holding each other to standards, not in a harsh way, but in a way that said, "I see what you're capable of." When I skipped a workout or made an excuse, someone noticed, not to shame me, but to remind me who I said I wanted to be. That external reflection strengthened my internal discipline. Step 6 was honesty. Real honesty, not the surface level kind, but the uncomfortable truth. I remember admitting I felt stuck in my life, something I hadn't said out loud before. Instead of judgment, I got stories, other men admitting the same things. That moment broke something open in me. Step 5 was loyalty. Over time, these weren't just guys I saw, they were men I could rely on. When one of us needed help moving, advice, or just someone to listen, we showed up. No hesitation, no negotiation. That reliability built a kind of trust I hadn't experienced in years. Step 4 was challenge. A true brotherhood doesn't just support you, it pushes you. There were moments I was called out, respectfully but directly, when I was settling, avoiding, or making excuses. It wasn't comfortable, but it was necessary. Growth rarely is. Step 3 was vulnerability. This was the hardest step for me. Letting my guard down, admitting fear, doubt, insecurity, it went against everything I thought being strong meant. But when I finally did, I didn't lose respect, I gained connection. That changed everything. Step 2 was identity. I stopped seeing myself as someone who had to figure everything out alone. I became part of something, a group, a unit, a brotherhood. That shift altered how I moved through the world. I carried not just my own expectations, but a shared standard. And then there was step 1, the most important, the foundation beneath it all. Trust. Not surface-level trust, but the kind built over time, through consistency, honesty, and presence. The kind where I knew I didn't have to pretend, didn't have to perform, didn't have to carry everything alone. As this brotherhood formed, I began to change in ways I didn't expect. I became more disciplined, not because I had to prove anything, but because I didn't want to let my brothers or myself down. I became more honest, because I no longer had to hide. I became stronger, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. And what struck me most was this. Nothing about my external life had dramatically changed at first. Same job, same routines, same responsibilities. But internally, everything was different. I wasn't isolated anymore. I wasn't carrying everything alone. I had people who saw me, who challenged me, who supported me, and who expected more from me. In the end, brotherhood didn't make me weaker, it made me whole. It taught me that strength isn't about standing alone, it's about standing together. It showed me that growth isn't a solo journey, it's something sharpened and shaped through connection. And most importantly, it forced me to confront a truth I had avoided for too long. I was never meant to do this life alone, and the moment I stopped trying to be the lone wolf and allowed myself to be part of something greater, I didn't just find support, I found a better version of myself waiting on the other side of it. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the Digital Mentor 727 via YouTube.